Are you ready to take your moving company to the next level? Then you won't want to miss the Grow Your Moving Company workshop, hosted by Move It Pro. This 2-day event is packed with insights, strategies, and tips on how to streamline your operations, maximize your profits, and take your business to new heights. At the Grow Your Moving Company workshop, you'll hear from experts who have been in your shoes and know what it takes to succeed in this competitive industry. You'll get insider knowledge on how to generate leads, close more deals, and build a brand that sets you apart from the rest. So don't wait. Head over to growworkshop.moveitpro.com to register for the event today. That's growworkshop.moveitpro.com. We'll see you there.
Welcome to the Moving Company Owners Podcast, where we dive deep into the world of moving companies and the people who make them run. From industry leaders to successful moving company owners, we explore their stories, strategies, and insights to help you grow your business and take it to the next level. Whether you're just starting out or a seasoned veteran, this is the podcast for you. So sit back, relax, and get ready to move your business forward with your host, Jason Bergenske.
Hey guys, Jason Bergenske here with the Moving Company Owners Podcast. Today's a little different. Today we don't have a guest. I just kind of wanted to do one and talk a lot about the economy. I know a lot of moving companies are kind of struggling right now. A lot of moving companies have opened up within the last couple of years and really excelled, right? And done really good through the COVID era. And then now here we are with the interest rates so high and these moving companies just don't know what to do. So I kind of want to talk about that and kind of go into details. So my grandparents originally opened a moving company back in 1968, J&J Metro Moving and Storage. My father came into it back in the 80s. And then I came in, 2009, 2010 range, something like that. Obviously I was involved in the company since I was a child. There's pictures of me actually in the JJ Metro uniform. And I'm probably 2 years old. And so I kind of grew up through all of that. And to kind of give you history and kind of how history repeats itself, right? So back in 2005, 2006, the housing market was booming. Obviously, this is different than the problems we're having right now in the housing market, but at the same time, kind of similar. Moving companies during 2005, 2006, they literally were bursting at the seams. Our moving company that my dad was running back then, there was more money coming in than you almost knew what to do with. And I know that sounds crazy, but these were moving companies that without spending any more advertising, without spending any more in any of your stuff to, get new business, your phones just rang. There wasn't enough moving companies to handle all the business. A big part of that was that all these people were moving. Their homes were selling because obviously loans were going to people that really shouldn't have qualified for them. So people were getting new homes, people were selling homes, and because of the boom in the market, homes were going for so much more than they were worth. And with this came the people that were selling their homes, they had more money than they were used to having. So of course they hired movers. They always hired movers. And a lot of times they would hire a mover because they would have a closing on their home today and their new house wasn't ready for 2 weeks. So this stuff would go to storage, right? So all of this stuff happened where moving companies got so busy, and we watched at that time as so many of these moving companies thought this was the new normal. This was how the housing market's going to be. This is how the moving industry is going to be. And they went out and bought new trucks, brand new. And they went out and bought all new equipment. And they went out and bought a brand new storage warehouse because they had so much storage coming in, right? And the scary thing was it was short-lived. As we all know, 2006 turned out into 2007 and then 2008, kind of when the economy crashed. These moving companies, we watched probably half of our competitors go out of business. At the time, I didn't know was smart, but my dad was very much into, we're not going to go into debt. We're going to, obviously we bought new trucks and stuff like that, but not brand new. We kept our fleet nice. We had a nice building that was paid off, actually, that my father had paid off. He built it back in the 80s, paid that off, didn't refinance, didn't take money back out on it. So when the economy crashed, don't get me wrong, it definitely hurt our moving company because our income went down 30, 40%. But we didn't have the bills that these other moving companies had with, huge truck payments, and they have 10 brand new trucks sitting out in the parking lot.
Are you a moving company struggling to keep up with customer calls? Let Lion's Den Booking Service handle your overflow, after-hours calls, or even the entirety of your sales. As a call center booking service, we're dedicated to helping your business thrive. With years of experience and a commitment to customer satisfaction, we'll make sure your clients receive the best possible service. Trust us to take your business to the next level. Contact Lions Den Booking Service today. www.lionsdensales.com.
That are not moving because they have no moves going on, and the payments attached to those. Further than that, you had these moving companies that had big office buildings and big storage warehouses, and they had no storage anymore. So this kind of led to that time where a large majority of the moving companies went out of business. And we watched, at the time, it's funny, back then it was the Yellow Pages. We're pretty prominent, 2004 to 5, 6, 7. In our Central Florida, I think the Yellow Pages around 2005, 2006 were like 15 pages of moving companies. Some of them had double page and stuff like that. 2008 happened. Right when the recession happened, and right when it happened, there was 2 pages it went down to. And that wasn't just because Google had come out and stuff. That was literally because a lot of the moving companies had gone out of business. We then kind of saw this very slow downturn of a couple years that were tough. I'm talking, it was tough to make payroll. It was tough to stay busy. But the good thing with that is we had, our income was enough to support the business because we didn't go into debt. So that's kind of where I'm coming at now. A lot of these moving companies came in or started their moving companies during the COVID era, which the COVID era for a lot of moving companies, we all thought was going to be terrible and hurt us business-wise. And obviously it did for a few months, but then it was a boom because all these people work from home. And so they were getting relocated. They could move anywhere. All these people were getting stimulus money from the government. Businesses were getting PPP money. There was all this stuff going on that created this almost, fake economy revolving around the housing market that now we found ourselves again where we're going through a correction, right? Where interest rates were at 2.9%. I loved those days. My wife and I purchased several properties back then. And now you're at the, 7% roundabout. So all those people that obviously have a 2.9 or 3% interest rate, they don't want to sell at a 7% interest rate, because if they go to buy a new home at that same interest rate that now would be, they were at 2.9%. Now they go buy a new home at 7%. They're literally paying double the amount of money almost with interest for the same home. So I think what's going to happen and what's important and kind of why I wanted to get on here, it's over this next year, the goal is obviously that interest rates are going to drop. And I think that more buyers are going to start coming into the market. The big thing is, as a moving company, you have to understand how you get through an economy. And you have to understand that there is no if we get through it. We're getting through it. You as a moving company, you need to understand you are getting through this. Don't quit. Don't fail. Because here's the deal. As soon as this turns around, all the companies that went out of business, you're going to be able to pick up that market share. And that's exactly what happened with us, with our moving company, J&J Metro, after the recession that happened in 2007, 2008. We were able to pick out tremendous market share because all those moving companies had gone out of business. So the big thing is, obviously you want to control your expenses right now. You want to be able to control your money going out, but you really need to work on your processes. You need to work on the things that are going to make you money, not just now, but in the long run. You need to make sure your guys are giving customer service that's just abnormal. It needs to be absolutely amazing, because obviously you have less jobs right now. You need to work on that. You need to work on your advertising. You need to work on your marketing. You need to really fine tune those. Obviously you need to do all the tracking and everything so that you're making sure that those are profitable. But now is not the time to reduce your marketing. If marketing's bringing you money, you don't want to reduce it. So many moving companies we talk to, they get to a point where they're struggling, right? Which I can understand. But then they go to this where they just retract. They hide. They try and hide. And the problem is, when you do that, you're setting yourself up for failure. Now is the time that you should be expanding. You should be trying to reach new markets. You need to, if your trucks normally stay within a 30-mile radius, and then maybe now you're doing 55-mile radius, right? Instead of, before maybe you didn't want to do apartments because they were too small of moves. Now you need to start doing apartments. You need to figure out how you're going to do it so you get through it. Because the goal is you're going to come out at the end of this stronger, with crews, with trucks, with equipment, and you're ready to go gangbuster as soon as the economy turns around.
Attention, moving company owners. Are you tired of managing your business with spreadsheets and pen and paper methods? Do you want to streamline your operations, increase your bookings, and look more professional to your customers? Then it's time to switch to Move It Pro software. Our cloud-based platform provides everything you need to manage your moving company in one place, from booking and dispatching to payment processing and customer communication. Plus, with features like GPS tracking, real-time notifications, and detailed reporting, you'll be able to optimize your operations and take your business to the next level. So what are you waiting for? Visit www.moveitpro.com to schedule a free demo today and see how we can help you move your business forward.
So many moving companies that we talk to, honestly, it's coming more and more now that they're just struggling and they're scared. I'll urge you not to be scared. The time is coming where it's going to end, right? This bad economy is going to end. Your moves are going to pick up. Busy season is hopefully right around the corner. February is traditionally the worst month for moving companies, usually. Usually one of the slowest months that you're going to have. So right now is when you're having it. This is the worst month that usually is going to have two reasons. One, it's the slowest month traditionally, even in a good economy. And two, the economy kind of is crapped out right now with the way the housing market is. But you got to get through this. And the whole point is that you're going to get yourself ready now for hopefully the busy season that's coming. You're going to make sure that you do a phenomenal job. Your salespeople, you're going to make sure they're doing a hell of a job. You're going to make sure they're following up. They're doing everything they're supposed to do. Now's the time you don't put up with crap. Now's the time that you get your systems in place. You get everything dialed in and so that you can move forward and have a profitable, productive, amazing moving company as soon as everything turns around. Anyways, I'm always happy to help you guys. I hope this little nugget helped you a little bit. Gives you a little bit of history of our journey that we've come through. And we'll see you guys on the next one.